Good morning, everyone. I hope you've had a great weekend. I'm so excited to get started with you on math for this week. This week, we're going to talk about counting again, but this time we are going to focus on scatter counting. So before we've looked at when we're counting in a line or an array or in a circle, but this time we're going to do some scatter counting, and that's when everything is just kind of mixed up and all over the place. And honestly, this is the type of counting that we're going to do most often in real life. So if you have a handful of coins that you need to count, or maybe you're counting your toys, or you want to see who has more candy, you or your sister, you're going to probably have everything scattered in a pile and you're going to need to count. So we're going to talk today about some strategies that we can do with scatter counting. And then I'm going to review this week's activities at the end. And I'm super excited to announce that we're going to change things up just a little bit this week, and we are going to add in a live lesson. So we'll talk about what that'll look like later at the end of this video. So there are two different types of strategies that we're going to use when we are counting objects that are scattered. So if you look at the circles on my page, they're kind of just all over the place. They're not in a line or a circle or neatly arranged. They're all over the place. So one of the things that we can do is we can move all the objects as you count. So think of it if you had a plate full of cookies, and what you would do is move all the cookies to one side as you're counting them. So we're going to practice together, and I'm going to show you kind of what I would do. So let's get our mouse moving so you guys can see it. I'm just going to move everything down here into this corner as I count. So count with me as we move them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5 circles on our page. And of course, I would love to see you guys practicing writing those numbers so that when you move on to first grade, you're going to be awesome at those numbers. So one of the strategies we can do is to move all the objects as we count. Let's practice that again. All right. Get your finger ready, and I want you to move them with me. I'm going to start in the bottom corner down here with this orange one, and we're going to move them and count together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There were 9 triangles. So I'm going to put the number 9 so we can practice writing that number. So again, this strategy is to move all the objects. And today, when you guys are doing your math game, I want you to practice moving all the objects to the side so that as you're counting in a scatter, you're not getting confused about which ones you have counted and which ones you haven't counted. Now let's talk about another strategy, and this one is super useful when you are counting on a piece of paper and you can't move them. We've talked about that with circle counting. Sometimes we just can't move them if they're written down on a piece of paper, or maybe you're counting rocks or houses, and it's not very easy to move them, so we can cross them out. So we're gonna get a pen color, and we're gonna count just the same way, but this time we're gonna cross them out. Are you ready to help me? I'm gonna start with the blue square in the top corner. All right, I want you to cross them out with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 squares. So I'm going to put an 8 right here to practice that number. So we did exactly how we were counting before, but this time instead of moving, we crossed it out. Let's try it one more time. Again, I want you to get your finger and I want you to practice crossing them out with me. I'm going to start with the yellow star in the top, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 stars on this page, and I'm sure you guys already know a 10 is a 1 with a 0 next to it. So those are our two strategies when we're counting in things that are scattered. We can either move them or we can cross them out depending on how we're doing it. So let's take a look at this week's activities so that you guys can come back and reference this if you have any questions about what to do for the activity. For today, what I want you to do is I want you to find 10 to 15 objects. So this can be beans, cereal, pennies, cotton balls, anything smaller is going to work better, but just 10 to 15 objects. And then what I want you to do is, once you have your pile, I want you to take a small pinch or handful of those objects and drop them onto a flat surface like a table or a floor. What we're trying to do is get them to scatter. So we don't want to hold our hand up like 4 feet above so then it makes a big mess. Maybe hold your hand 6 inches to a foot off the table, and that way we get a nice scatter plot. It should look kind of like my beans down here at the bottom. Once you have them all scattered out, I want you to practice counting. So you can practice moving them all to the side since we have objects, or maybe you could line them up. Figure out a way that you can count the scatter of objects. And I want you to practice that a couple times with different amounts so that you can really practice how to count in a scatter and make sure that you don't lose your place. So that is our activity for today, Monday. For Tuesday, I thought we would mix it up and do a little bit of an online activity. So I have the directions here on this page, and I've also included them on the blog. What you're going to do is you're going to go to hellosmart.com, and you're going to enter in this class code and join as a guest. So right here, you're going to join as a guest, and then it's going to ask you for the class ID. You're going to put that number in, and it's going to bring you to our game. And what this is kind of like a Connect 4 game. So you can play by yourself or play with a friend. You're going to roll the dice and then cross out the number that matches. And your goal is to get 4 in a row. So you will need a dice to play this game. If you don't have a dice, I've included in the lesson plans instructions for how to make your own dice. You can print that page, or you could really just make it from a piece of paper by drawing out the same thing that you see on the how to make your own dice. If you don't want to play online, I've also attached a PDF so that you can print the game and just play it on paper with crayons. On Wednesday, we have free choice. So you can go on to clever.com and play some of the math games that your teacher has loaded into there. You can get out your workbook and work through some of your math pages. Or if Wednesday is a nice, beautiful day, which I'm hoping it will be, go outside and practice counting. Get some chalk, or maybe you can play hopscotch and practice counting, or you can see how high you can write your numbers with a piece of chalk. Anything outside to get you moving and counting is what we're looking for. And then, as I said at the beginning, on Thursday, we're going to have a live lesson, which we're super excited about. We've been preparing for you. What this is going to give us an opportunity to do is for you guys to hear our voices. We're teaching, to do some work with us so that we can see how you're doing. And it'll just be a fun time for us to interact together. So it's going to be Thursday, April 23rd at 11 a.m. So go ahead and put that on your calendars. And your teacher will send you through Dojo the information of how to log in and where to go. If you're not able to make our live lesson, that's quite all right. We're going to be able to save the lesson so that you can access it at a later time. So I hope you guys have an awesome week of practicing counting this week. And I cannot wait to be back next week. And we're going to start working on some more addition and subtraction next week. So have a wonderful week of counting. And if you have questions, reach out to your teacher. They would be happy to help. Love you guys. Mwah.